What's up, everybody? Welcome back to racenews.com and welcome back to another one of our previews. All right, let's go to Keeneland on Saturday. It's the race of the weekend, and it is another really, really good race at Keeneland. We've had good ones. We've got another one coming up this weekend. It is the Queen Elizabeth Challenge Cup at Keeneland. Race 9 on the card here, going 9 furlongs on the turf. Grade 1 event for the 3-year-old fillies. All right, let's get to it. I'll put it up on the board here for you now. And like I said, a great race, 9 very, very good horses in here. We'll go through them one by one. A lot of these horses I've picked to win, at one time or another, or multiple times over the course of the season. So the number one, Lush Lips, one that I have picked to win a few times. Look, I was very high on this horse 2 races back in the Tepin, and she was able to get the job done there. Had come into that Tepin off of back-to-back second place efforts behind Nitrogen. A horse has just been very tough to beat this season on the turf. And look, ran great in the Tepin. Went last time out to the Del Mar Oaks, a race I really was high on her there as well. And she did get beat. She was second, only beaten a half length in that spot. Ran very, very well, though. And this is a horse that always brings it. You look at the last 5 starts, 3 wins, 3 seconds, last 6 starts, if I could count, 3 wins in 3 seconds. So she's doing awfully well. And look, a horse that's 5-1, that makes a ton of sense. If you want to play her here, that's a great price. I wouldn't have any problem with it whatsoever. The number 2 is Laurelin. How can you not like Laurelin? 5 races, 5 wins. That's pretty good. So obviously, first 2 horses we talk about look very good on paper. Yeah, Laurelin last time out, I thought was the best race of her career. The Saratoga Oaks, that was a grade 2 race. She was able to get the job done by a length and 3/4. And I thought she was just fantastic in that race. Just kind of mowed them down, ran how you like a good horse to run, stock the pace, and get the job done. She is tactical, she's not going to be on the lead, but she's not going to be too far out of it. Most times the Pin Oaks, she was in 4th and was able to get the job done. Memory of Silver in 6th and able to get the job done. The Tepin at Aqueduct 4th and able to get the job done. So other than her maiden race, she likes to sit pretty tactical. There's really no reason why she can't make it 6 for 6, right? She's faced a lot of these horses before. There is one major one that we'll talk about later that she hasn't, but overall, man, this is a really nice horse coming in here. Should run a very good race and be very, very tough to beat. The deserving favorite, no doubt about it, at 5-2. The number 3 is Simmering. This horse is coming in from overseas, making the first start here in the United States. 2 out of 11 overseas. That kind of sticks out as, don't know if I love that. But then you look at the resume, a lot of Group 1 and Group 3 events here. And we know how tough that is overseas, right? We know this horse has been facing very good ones. It's like with anything, the big question mark is going to be, how does she handle the American style of racing? And I don't have that answer, and neither does anybody else. It's always kind of a guess, right? So, look, at 10-1, if you want to take a long shot, you want to take a shot with this horse, I think it makes sense. I think this is a pretty good group. I think she's a little bit overmatched, even though she is coming in from overseas. But if you don't think that, go ahead and take a shot, because there's no doubt this horse has got some class to her without any question. It's just, will she handle the United States, style of racing? Number 4 is Daisy Flyer. I'm not all in on this one. Last time out, Dueling Ground Oaks was not a factor there. That's Kentucky Downs. That's okay. Did run really well to win the Lake George 2 races back by a 1/4 of a length at 7-1 odds. Pretty good race there. But kind of was not the greatest field compared to what she had kind of been facing and losing to. So I'm not much on this one in this spot. I will say this: I've seen a lot worse 20-1 shots. I do think there's a few races in this horse's past performances that make sense for her. I'm just not about her today in this one. I think there's a couple of long shots that look a little bit more appealing that I'll go over. Now, the number 3, Simmering, already being one of them. There's another one I like a little bit as well. The number 5 is Opulent Restraint, and now, this has been a frustrating horse for me. Saratoga Oaks last time out tried to beat Laurelin with this horse. And, I thought Opulent Restraint ran okay, but just really wasn't a match. 2 races back in the Belmont Oaks, it was a really, really tough race, right? Almost, just a length behind, basically. Fione and Nitrogen, 2 horses that are very, very good. So, I wasn't, overly disappointed there. But again, just kind of feels like she's there, but she can't quite get the job done. Got beat by Laurelin at Aqueduct in the Memory of Silver. And, if Florida Oaks really got beat by Nitrogen, Lush Lips. it just doesn't have a win, right, against horses, a lot of horses that are in this race. And so that makes it tough. I've backed this horse a lot, and that's the other part of it for me. Kind of been disappointing a few times with her. So I'm not going to go to her again in this spot. I think, if you want to play her underneath, I think that makes sense. I just don't think she's a win candidate, at least not for me. The number 6 is Candy Quest. This is a horse coming out of that Dueling Grounds Oaks. Last time out at Kentucky Downs, same race that Daisy Flyer was also in. This horse almost won it, though. That's at almost 17-1. The horse finished second, only beaten a half length. I thought ran very, very well there. Ran well last time out, or excuse me, 2 races back at Woodbine in a grade 3 event where she was the winner. Before that, the Pin Oaks got beat pretty clearly, got second, but got beat pretty clearly by Laurelin. Memory of Silver, kind of the same, got beat pretty clearly by Laurelin, and Opulent Restraint for that matter. So I do think she's a little bit of a cut below, but I also think she has improved since those races where she was beaten by some of the common horses. I think she's a really good underneath candidate at 12-1. I kind of look for her to try to get a little bit more forward, try to get where she kind of was in the Pin Oaks, where she was second. Maybe she's not second here, but maybe she's third or fourth, laying a couple links off of it. I think that's where she's going to be most effective. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing her here at 12-1. I don't think she's a win candidate. I do think she's an on the board candidate. For the win candidate of a long shot, I do like the number 7, Destino d'Oro. Very interesting horse, in my opinion, here. Broke the maiden on debut at Kentucky Downs last year. Ran third, very, very close third in the Jessamine off of that race. Just the second race of her career, I thought was very good. Then we didn't see this horse for about 8 months. Comes back at Churchill. Very impressive allowance win off the layoff. And then dominated the pucker up. And, and I thought, man, this could be one that's going to jump up and make an impact. Ran in the Dueling Ground Oaks last time out at Kentucky Downs. Was the favorite there and really kind of just spun her wheels a little bit. The biggest problem, and what you have to remember with Kentucky Downs, last year in 2024, it kind of played to closers. This year, it was all speed. And so this horse likes to come from out of it, and was 9th and then finished 6th. And you might look at that and go, well, she only made up about 4 links. It's not bad this year at Kentucky Downs. These horses just did not close. You had to be on or near the leader. You had no chance. So that's a toss out for me. A lot of the times Kentucky Down races are a toss out for me anyway, right? And that's no offense to Kentucky Downs, but it just doesn't play like other tracks play. I'm not worried about that one. I look at the pucker up and go, you know what? This horse has a chance to be pretty damn good. So I got the horse in second here, talking about Destino d'Oro, 8-1. I think if you want to play a long shot to win, that's the one. I think Destino d'Oro makes a lot of sense at that price. The number 8 is Will Then. It's kind of a toss out for me. Southern California horse, mainly, 5th in the Del Mar Oaks last time out. San Clemente handicap was 3rd, 2 races back. The Edgewood was 5th. It's at Churchill, 3 races back. Did kind of win some smaller races at Santa Anita and Del Mar, but not for me in this spot for Will Then. And then finally, the number 9, Fione. And this is going to be my win pick in the race. Save the best for last, I guess you could say. Really has turned into a super, super nice horse, a winner of the Regret 3 races back. The only horse, and this was 2 races back in the Belmont Oaks, the only horse to defeat Nitrogen this year on the turf, that's Fione. She was able to get the job done in by a nose, and just a close battle between those 2 horses down to the wire. And Fione was able to get the job done there. Came back in the Dueling Ground Oaks. And I said it. I said, hey, don't worry about horses that didn't close very well at Kentucky Downs this year, because it was hard to close. This horse did. This horse was 10th and ended up winning the race. 10th behind about 10 links, and won the race by a half. One of the few, when you look at the past performances, and I mean, I can't say it enough, one of the few that closed any type of ground whatsoever at Kentucky Downs. That was serious. I think this is a very, very good horse. I really, really like this horse today. The only, issue is, hey, Laurelin's very good. Lush Lips is very good. Her stablemate, Destino d'Oro, is very good. Tough race, right? But I like Fione quite a bit in this spot. I think she's turned into a monster. And then one last thing, Flavian Pratt jumps aboard, here in this. I should say jumps aboard. Flavian Pratt's been aboard the last 2 races, both wins. Flavian Pratt stays aboard and jumps off of Opulent Restraint, which is the obvious thing to do, but still, it's nice to see that happens. So, with that being said, I'm going to go number 9, Fione, to win this year's running of the Queen Elizabeth Challenge Cup Stakes. Just think she's a horse that's developed into something pretty special, and look for her to run very, very well in this spot. So that'll do it for this preview of the QE2 Challenge Cup. Thanks everybody for watching. Hit that like button if you like it. Hit subscribe if you really like it. Want to get alerted anytime we do videos like this. And most importantly, good luck if you're playing Keeneland on Saturday.